This time, we are so grateful and thank you for all that come. I am the director of the Ujamaa Vendor Village, and Mr. DeWitt Lee is the director of the Black Farmers Market. And at this time, we would like to introduce to you the executive director of Johnny B. Wiley. He is the original son, Mr. Cedric Holloway.
Thank you all. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Johnny B. Wiley Sports Pavilion. I absolutely, positively love the fact that this facility is able to showcase our own black businesses, our youth, and as my father was focused on, we want to make sure that we give back to the community. So I say to you, welcome to the Johnny B. Wiley Sports Pavilion.
Thank you so much, Mr. Holloway. At this time, we are going to invite back the director of the Black Farmers Market, DeWitt Lee, the third.
Welcome. We do have roasted corn, by the way. Just had to throw that in with basil butter. It's very nice. See me afterwards. It is an honor to be able to invite you into a place that is called the Village, which we operate in a democracy in our village, where we have a chief and there's voting and everyone has equal votes on what we do, if we stay inside, if we go outside, if we call a rain date. So democracy is not something that just is used by politicians. It's a tool to help govern. And so we do that here, and it allows us to be very effective and efficient. I'm called up here today just to give you a little bit of backstory on Rock, Rap, and Register before we call up our dignitaries and our very special guests. So Rock, Rap, and Register, Mark, will you just stand here with me quickly, brother, because I think people need to see us working together. 16 years ago, this brother and myself decided that we needed to bring these musical platforms together.
Correct.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
So you heard of Rock the Vote, and then there's some hip hop, rock, rap initiatives, but never before together.
That's right. So we did a one-day voter registration drive at the Central Terminal back in 2004. We registered a couple hundred people to vote that day, and so when I saw DeWitt about a couple weeks ago, we said, hey, we should bring that back together because it's such an important drive and an important event. So, but with everything going on in today's society, it was a little difficult to do a big event like that. So what we've decided to do is do a month-long virtual, half offline voter registration drive. And we teamed up with an organization called headcount.org, which is involved in the music industry and having music fans register to vote. And DeWitt can tell you the rest from there.
Sure. Well, absolutely, because voting, we want to tip our hat, of course, to Mary's 6 homes from doing the physical legwork. But, voter registration is a virtual experience as well. And so we plan on making the most of our tools. We are a lot more equipped, a lot more resourceful than we were 16 years ago.
Sure.
So we're very, very excited on what this month-long fight for democracy to get as many people registered to vote as possible. So we just wanted to give you a little bit of backstory there. We have a very, very big announcement to share at the end of this press conference. But now I think it is time to invite our distinguished guests who have come here to join the fight, our fight here for Rock, Rap, and Register. And so first and foremost, let's actually invite New York State Assembly Majority Leader Crystal D. Peoples-Stokes, everyone.
Thank you so much, brother, and God bless you both for pulling this together. I have to always start by saying to God be the glory, because it's only His glory that we will stand here today. And it's clearly His glory that after 243 years I have the opportunity to serve. And I say that again, to serve, because it's a service job. Serve as the majority leader in a house that has never had either a woman or a woman of color to serve there. And that happened because my ancestors went through a lot just to get us even the right to vote. And had that not happened, I could have never run for office and won an office and get to the position where I can be appointed majority leader. So the work that you all are doing here today must go on until at least we get through this election.
Right.
I think it's critical that people remember their civic skills that you learned in the 5th grade, that there's multiple parts to government, You can't just elect the president. You got to elect the Congress, and you got to elect the Senate, and have them agreeing, because if they don't agree, then you get stopped. And we have been stopped in this country for at least the last 20 years. We got all excited when we elected our president, Barack Obama. But then we didn't give him the support 2 years later that he needed to convert that Senate to somebody who was going to have the same thought process as he did, and the same process that they had in Congress. And so it's important that you vote not some of the time, all of the time, in every election, school board elections, council races, every election we should be at the polls. There should not be one that we're not. And if you just think about the fact that literally people died for you to have this right, how could that not be important enough for you to just do it? How could that not be important? Now, I realize that there are a lot of people who still think that there's something wrong with voting. There is nothing wrong with voting. Everything is right about it. There's some people who have been working for the 20 years that we didn't work to get the vote. They've been working to suppress the vote. And they still working on that. But I say, let us not let them win that. So don't wait till November 3rd to go vote. Voting starts on October the 24th. There are 9 locations throughout the city of Buffalo where you can go vote from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night from October the 24th straight through to November the 1st. Now, I will tell you that when we passed this legislation at the state level a few years ago, it literally took 4 hours to debate with Republicans who didn't even have the ability to control a vote. But they took 4 hours debating something that they didn't want to happen. They didn't want early voting. Why is that? Because it's not to their advantage. So don't wait till November 3rd to vote. Plan to vote early. Plan to start on October the 24th. I believe Najee has given everyone one of these little flyers that has every location within the city of Buffalo that tells you where to go from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And if you don't get there then, there's always absentee ballot. You can always write for one, or you can just go to the river. Whatever you do, please go vote. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to this great crowd.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this very comprehensive, detailed brochure here. And actually, what we plan to do on early vote is launch the Unity Vote, where we are actually going to be marching from Power 96.5 FM down to the Broadway Market so we all can vote. So we're going to have them, and right there at the Colored Musicians Club, as we, pay homage to, if you don't think hip hop and rock comes from the blues and the jazz, so it would only be right for us to pay tribute to the original form of the music that we celebrate today, which is rock and rap. So we'll be there at the Colored Musicians Club on the first day to vote, inviting everyone to march with us down to the Broadway Market to vote. So thank you again. And thank you for sharing your incredible history with us all. Forgive me for not speaking that, because that should have precluded you coming up here. Please put your hands together again for a historical, and I say historical, H-E-R, historical woman of power and of great servitude. So we are so privileged to have you in power. God has definitely placed you for a time such as this. I'm speaking on people placed with a purpose. It gives me great pleasure and honor to call up our next speaker, Erie County legislator, our very own, the Honorable Howard Johnson. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you, Mark Oden. Thank you, Ujama. Thank you, Majority Leader, for being here. You are setting the tone that we are following. Voting. It's very simple. We have to encourage everyone to get out to vote. Voting is important. So when Mr. Lee reached out to me and said, hey, can you put a certificate or something together for me about this Democracy Month, I was thinking, I said, okay. Then I came up with something. Democracy Month, a month-long fight for democracy. What's happening in Washington is unheralded. We haven't seen things like this ever before in our lives. And it's very important that we get out and do what we need to do to change the power structure in Washington. The fans of racism that's happening in Washington, the things that's going on in our own communities, we have to get out and change the vote. We have to get out and vote to change things. So it's very important. Secondly, I just want to present these two certificates to Mr. Odin and Mr. DeWitt for this. These are certificates of recognition from the Erie County Legislature for Democracy Month. Rock, rap, and register. A month-long fight for democracy. I'll just read the first sentence. Our democracy faces an impending threat. Fewer and fewer Americans maintain faith in the democratic process. So this right here, what we're doing now and what 6 of them are doing out there on the streets is trying to change the trajectory of what democracy truly is and what democracy truly means.
Right.
We have to get out, we have to register people to vote. We have to get them to the polls to vote. So it's twofold. We got to get them registered to vote, then get them to the polls to vote. So I thank you guys for letting me be here today. Thank you, and thank you for these certificates.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you stand with us for a moment?
And then the wind is taking them out.
I know.
Thank you, Howard.
One more.
One more?
Thank you.
Thank
you. And for all the participants, if we can ask you just to stick around just until the close so that we can get a photo together. You know, Mr. Johnson, what he didn't share with you is that Democracy Month looks to re-educate the black community and the community at large with profound truth about democracy and the importance of voting. Democracy Month will provide the mechanism through our democratic pillars of voter education and registering people to vote to effect real change. And it's truly through our partners will we be able to achieve that. I want to acknowledge the black voter base, and head count, and all the other community grassroots organizations that are helping not just educate and empower the generation that has the ability to vote now, but reaching the generation before them as well and begin planting the seeds. And we believe that music is the vehicle to inspire. And this is why we have, artists like Frank's here who can actually, speak to the youth in their language, so that it's emotional, because you got to emotionally charge them. And I'm going to share a poem I didn't write. Roses are red, violets are blue, I vote, how about you? No, I'm joking. That is my me. I just came that out. Spent all night working on that one. This one is big though. This is Langston Hughes. This is not a laughing matter, because he wrote through pain. Democracy will not come today, this year, nor ever through compromise and fear. I have as much right as the other fellow has to stand on my 2 feet and own the land. I tire so of hearing people say, let things take their course. Tomorrow is another day. I do not need my freedom when I'm dead. I cannot live on tomorrow's bread. Freedom is a strong seed planted in a great need. I live here too, and I want freedom just as you. The great Langston Hughes, everyone. And I like the part about planting the seed, because that's what we share. That's the sentiments of the Black Farmers Market, is that we reap what we sow, and we are sowing truth, we are sowing light, we are sowing love, and we are expecting to harvest that. And this press conference is to kick off Democracy Month and to find all the different innovative ways we are going to use all of you all and all of your resources to make sure that we not only have an impact here, but try to inspire communities outside of Buffalo. I think Buffalo is now a beacon for the world. As we have a hero of Carol Horn, who did the impossible, went against the grain, and showed us that there are police officers that care and that are willing to stand for good. Buffalo is seen in a completely different light. And I believe it's important that we continue to push the envelope. We continue to show new innovative ways to inspire, especially our children. And at a time like this, we can't allow us to leave one person, one vote unplaced. So not just in Buffalo, but we plan to impact the world. And so we thank you all for being here. Someone who impacted the 716 like no one other. I want to call him Murray Six Holmes. to come on up from Stop the Violence Coalition, who's been on the front lines for so long, pushing about this voter education, the gospel of voter education. I mean, he's like pastor of voting registration. Please come on up here, please, Murray, and tell us a little bit about your incredible milestone and what we're going to do during this fight, this battle, month-long battle for democracy.
Let's give it up for DeWitt, y'all. All the vendors, I want y'all to understand one thing. I need y'all to pay attention right now. It's very crucial. If it was not for us being out here today with our ancestors making this way, we wouldn't be on Jefferson Avenue right now. With the Assemblywoman Crystal Stokes, your education and your knowledge, I'm going to steal something from you. When election come, we want to get somebody from Basil, from the Ford dealer, to let us use their vehicles so we can go out to home and pick up people to make sure they go out and vote. I remember your campaign. I said, they got new cars, picking up people, old, new, young, but it's crucial that we get out to vote. Now I'm gonna let you know something for all you people that's here. You can register a kid at 16 years old right now to register to vote. When he turns 18, he has the power to elect somebody that looks like him, walks like him, and talks like him. So that doesn't mean our Assemblywoman can get arrested and we can put new vision in there, but with the guidance under your leadership. Also, felons now can register to vote. When you got felons walk by and say, I've been to jail, I can't register. No, that's been changed because guess what? It happened on this administration on that level. Albany is a tool that we must use. We must go there. We must support what they're doing here in Buffalo. We are the toolage for whatever is going on in the world. But it's crucial. When we registered 1,000 people to vote in less than eight weeks, that was a milestone. But I'll give you one better. The ballot or the bullet? Where did I get that from? No other than Kevin Jolly when I was talking to him on the phone. But that's a quote from Malcolm X. The ballot or the bullet. So when we got young men out here, 16 years old, saying, I want to vote, but they're carrying a gun. Put your gun down and use this ballot. And then in the next couple of years, you'll be registered. It's crucial. Education is crucial. But the battle is not over. With this virus, we know we're going to have to take different steps in order to get our people out to vote. So I tell you today, don't look at the drug dealer on the street shooting bones. That's dice if you didn't know that. Go talk to him and tell him, I need you to go walk on Mr. Jones' door and take him to vote. And then tell them to vote as well. It's crucial that we change what's going on, and I'll give you this and I'm going to leave. Y'all get ready to get a female vice president. Women's live is living and is live, but it's needed because you need a mother in there sometime to tell the man what to do. Amen? So if it don't happen, it's because we didn't do our job. We cannot complain anymore. It happened once. It's not going to happen the second time. But it's crucial that you get these registration forms today and register someone to vote. God bless you all. And wrap up the vote, rock the vote. That's crucial because now we're going to reach them people that look like us and walk like us, but a little bit younger than us. So it's crucial that we go out and register, rock and rap, and register to vote. On that note, let us all say amen. DeWitt, here he comes.
I mean, sure, the sign is wonderful. I mean, did you get chills when he said woman? 'Cause, I mean, that's it's fine. We're talking about history, and it's. Can I say our own? Can I say one of our own? Can I say an auntie? Can I say a powerful black woman as vice president? I feel a raindrop, so let's move it. So thank you, Six. Mobilizing people to get to the votes is crucial. Tomorrow, 2 to 6, registering to vote and dialogue at Martin Luther King Park, 2 to 6. We will also, this is also going to be a permanent location where people can register to vote. So I would now like to call up Mark quickly, please, to run down a list of what we got planned for this exciting month of Democracy Month.
Sure. So, first of all, most importantly, we have a ton of organizations that have already signed on to either help register people to vote put up registration, voter registration forms in their business, Dropbox location, that sort of thing. So let me just run through this quick list. We got Power 96.5 WUFO, Band Together Buffalo, Jazz Buffalo, Buffalo.FM, the Progressive Party of Western New York, Gun Sense New York, Music is Art, Ripe Audio, Buffalo Ironworks, Women Elect, Black Farmers Market, The Big Easy in Buffalo, Community Beer Works, Good Day Sunshine, We Are Women Warriors, Belsito, Headcount.org, WNYmedia.net, Resurgence Brewery, the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, Allison Burke, Howard Hanna, Stop the Violence Coalition, National Voter Registration Day, which is September 22nd, and Slow Roll Buffalo. So in addition to some virtual concerts that'll be happening throughout the month, we'll also have online and offline discussions about the importance of voting, not just registering to vote, but actually getting out and voting. And Slow Roll Buffalo is going to be doing a bike ride, highlighting some of the highlights around the city that are important to voting and voting registration, and also have a virtual discussion about the importance of voting. So a lot of important events. We're kicking it off tonight with a live stream of two local musicians, a band and a singer-songwriter, Sarah Elizabeth at 7 p.m. and PA Line at 8 p.m. And you can watch that right on Facebook Live. Just go to rockrapandregister.com.
It gives me great pleasure to call up right now the former general manager of our beloved Buffalo Bisons. Please come on up, Mike, and say hello.
Thank you, Whit. Thank you very much, DeWitt. Cedric Holloway, thank you for all you've done here. To Cassandra Wright, the chairman of the board of the Johnny B. Wiley. It's great to be with the majority leader of the New York State Assembly, and to your legislator. It is so great to be back here. Well, I'm here a lot, but in 1983, Bob Rich saved professional baseball in Buffalo, and we called his home for 4 years. And I just love the facility, love the neighbors, love the people, love the community. I want to do as much as I can to help the community, and that's why it's a pleasure to be working with, Cedric on what is going on here at Johnny B. Wiley, and also with Omega Mentoring. But then when DeWitt Lee told me about the baseball game he has planned here on the 26th of this month, in conjunction with the centennial of the Negro League, Buffalo has a rich history with that league. Down the street at the old Offerman Stadium is Jackie Robinson once played there. The Indianapolis Clowns used to come through Buffalo, and on one of those visits, hammering Hank Aaron, the all-time home run hitter, he signed his first major league contract right here in Buffalo. So there's a rich history, so it gives me great pleasure to be back here on the 26th to help him to bring commemoration to that great feat here in Buffalo, because that is a huge part of the sports history here in Buffalo. So DeWitt, keep up the great work, and everyone here, thank you for being here. But most important, register and get out to vote, either early vote or on election day. But voting is a privilege that should be used by everyone. You've got the tool to make change. Take care and God bless.
Thank you very much. All right, that date again is September 26th. You want to come up, please? If the director of the Ujama Vendor Village, Miss Teresa Land, also the event planner here at Johnny B. Wiley. She's going to now call up our closing act. But I want to echo the sentiments of Mike. I want to thank Johnny B. Wiley, the executive director, and the board, of course, for allowing to move at a record speed to allow us to even get the ability to make the announcement today for that baseball game. So thank you for all your work, and in rush to get out of here before the rain, please.
Well, I'm so excited to bring forth Marquel Jeffries, better known as AKA Franks. I'm so proud of him. He has started volunteering for us on New Year's Day. He did his rapping, then he came, oh my God, the sponsors party, He also did help assist me with the Little Rock 9 rap in School 6 with the youth. It is bad and off the chain. We excited because the board got to hear it. I think this is about to be a recording. And my students, he did an excellent, amazing job with some students that needed some redirection. So I'm so proud to do it. And by the way, he is now the assistant, right, director of, tell him.
Diversity and inclusion at SUNY Oswego. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna take it from here. That was a beautiful introduction. We could go. All right. How y'all doing tonight? If I could just get y'all to put y'all fists up one time so I can feel the vibes. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. Just listen to the words. PY, check, what's the cost of life? A larger price than what they offer, right? Trying to clear my mind, so it's usually me, my thoughts and bike. Then when I'm ready, I get in the stew and tell it all the mics about how I'ma get to that Jackson Tyson or Jordan type. Goat status, check my resume, homie. I wrote classics about my life, and it's a known fact that I'm proactive. I told my story, now they quote me when they post captions on Instagram, but it's a bigger picture they don't capture. Like closed caskets by the ones who with them gold badges. They the real rival gangs, not the one who throw their home flags up. Standing unified. It's a smooth divide between the truth and lies that the news provide as they do it live. I'm seeing through them guys as I'm scrutinizing their methods. Wearing suit and ties as a true disguise when addressing the issues we facing hand in hand. That's why I do this for the George Floyds, the Oscar Grants, and yeah, the Sandra Bland's. As the list goes, I pray my name don't end up with those who got a clip load by Jim Crows because they skin tone is getting critical. We peeping those subliminals. They can't call us slaves no more, so now we criminals. Forever hated. Tell me why? Because we melanated, treat us like devils, knowing that the God up in heaven made us like they made you. So ain't no need for the separation and spreading hatred. Let's elevate to a better placement that resemble that kind of dream that Dr. Martin seen. Till then I dedicate my artistry till I'm falling peeps and get 45 out of office. Please, out of all these things, America, I need you to wake up and smell the coffee beans. You can't trust this spraying tin cause he's shaking hands. Let's make a plan to get away from all his racist scams till we seeing more wins than the Lakers fan. This Frank's the man who used his platform and chose to take a stand. And y'all should too. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That's how we gonna do it. That's how we gonna do it, huh?
Take a stand.
We gonna do one more? Alright. Let's see what we got here.
One more? You done gotta make the curves. Can we do one more?
Alright. Was y'all rocking with that? Alright. Yeah. So I got this song called Nights and Days, and I have this album coming out called Liberation, so check me. I woke up. Okay, we're gonna run it back. Yeah, it's alright though. It's alright. We're gonna do it. That's alright. So this one called Nights and Days. I have a project called Liberation coming out October 16th. Look, I woke up like yo, it's people that depend on the brand. That's why I get it though I'm tired like the Michelin man. Shooting for my dreams, that means I'm just hitting my plans. But others take a literal, clicking with blicks in their hands. More sickening than the coronavirus. Life's a gamble, so I roll the dice. I bet it all up just to show I'm nicer than these writers claiming they got drivability on the license. Game in my hand, I hold it tighter than a choke of vice grip. To show it's mine, I'm asserting my dominance and confidence. I've been that kind of kid since I was getting inspiration from common sense. Now I get on the stage in a different state and get it poppin', then they rock with it. I guess I'm confident, it's an honor being acknowledged for accomplishments. If you doubted me, this is your consequence. But just pondered it sometimes when I was in the dark, made me something great. Persevere through the nights and you gon' see another day. And it's the day side, right? Yeah. We ain't gonna let the rain dim us down, cause we got the brightness that we need right here, right? Yeah. One time for the one time and for the one. Okay, yo, I said persevere through them days and you'll see another night. Them summer rays make me feel like I could get that summer shine. You can't find someone I can stand against the G. I'm a one-on-one something like Flex, Anderson, and Bree. Put your numbers up if you like thinking analytically. I go over heads projecting my canvas on your screen. Play that line back, you probably understand it in some weeks. But I'm planning on a day I say my Grammy winning speech. When you having fun, it feel like the days be colliding, losing and pace at the time, and then the face full of smiling. Keep the fam close and put all that fake beef behind the me. And Hobbs League was like Drake and Meek reuniting. Some alliances you could never break. I go into days to get away, but never been afraid. Then I get a gaze of different days, standing center stage. People with amaze, cause they never heard a spitter that's as real as Frank's. But I don't fault them for that. I jot my thoughts like an author, and they calling it rap. I couldn't be another victim that was caught in them traps, harvested crack on with them gats, and constantly watching their backs. Nah, I had a better view, accumulating revenue, staying from correctionals, cause I seen what the rest could do. Lessons I ain't go through, but was taught from a distance, from them hourly visits. I'm tied with my pops in a prison, so don't keep his head high. When we departed them benches, feeling like the family guy, but I ain't part of the Griffins. Mama's still grinning, man, that's more than I can ever ask for. I do 160 on the dashboard of this crash course I call liberation. Those stones at my glass door, but you ain't finna break me. The greatest ones always go get it. I ain't in the wait, and I'm anxiously chasing, and I'm racing with my pen and paper, illustrating pictures like a young John Michelle. I might as well try and fail until I prevail. I got cousins on the other side with 25 with L's, meaning they could die in jail. Crime pays, that's fine well until you are the clientele. But through this craziness, life is what you make of it. I move with will on this pursuit of happiness like Jaden Smith. The way I spit it might take you a minute, but it's gonna get bad boy like Isaiah and Dennis when they play for the Pistons. And that's how I'm gonna do it. I appreciate y'all for rocking out. And I appreciate you too, Duet.
Listen, so these are the faces and the voices of the artists that we are going to be partnering with, and using all kind of different platforms to get their message out, as they're going to construct positive and powerful messages this Democracy Month to help people get out there to vote. And like our very own Crystal People said, you know, it's not just a presidential vote that we need to be concerned with. It's a full list in order for us to make sure that this next election really has the ripple effect that we need. So with judges, sheriffs, everybody's on the line, everybody's job's in jeopardy. And you know what, we are the ones that are going to tip the scale to make sure that the right people are in office. So thank you very, very much. We're going to just ask everyone who is part of this